Welcome. I'm Janita Stanton. We have Reginald Perryman, Shaka Williams. We are Tasari, and this is the There's Something About Real Estate podcast where we talk all things real estate. Deal or No Deal edition.
What up, though?
What up, though?
What's going on?
What up?
Let's get to it. Let's get straight into it.
We got some properties going on. So the first property we got, what's going on this week? While we loading this first property, I'm gonna pull it up for you, Janita, so we can see which one we got. But what's going on in the world of real estate?
Shit. So that I want to talk about, but I don't want to talk about it too much. But I'm going to talk about that buyer's agency situation that Justin been talking about a lot.
Yeah, and the lawsuit that in Missouri about the sellers' commissions and so basically what the argument was is that they sued National Association of Realtors and the top brands to say that they are, came together to keep the commissions high. But I mean, I find that hard to do when sellers can always negotiate their commission. Like the general public think commission is 6%. Sometimes people charge more, sometimes people charge less. So it's whatever you negotiate, but they had an issue with, because typically what happens is if we charge a percentage of commission, typically we pay the buyer's agent a portion of the commission if they bring a buyer. But the sellers was suing, saying that why should I pay the buyer's agent if I know the buyer's agent didn't do anything for me, or I don't know the buyer's agent, or they're working against me. But the buyer agent sold your house.
But that's the whole thing is they're not paying that's always been my problem with the contract. The way our contracts read is they're paying the listing agent a fee, and then the listing agent is breaking down what they're willing to share.
Right, the buyer's agent.
Yeah, so the seller's agent, the listing agent, and the listing company is the one that's paying.
Right. Well, that's why they didn't do the lawsuit here in Michigan, because most of our contracts have that broken down. Some states didn't have that. And then some agents wasn't explaining to the sellers how their commission breakdown works.
Because that's the thing that had me stumped, because like when y'all had put it in the text message, it kind of just annoyed me, and I was like, it's a farce. It's just because I guess since I was a teenager, I was taught to explain commission in a breakdown structure. This is what I'm charging, and then this is how it works. I have these expenses. Like we have those conversations,
right?
A net sheet, and then people, they say, okay, cool, I'm comfortable, or they say, no, we're just gonna do it by ourselves, or they say, no, ask you if you could make a reduction. Some people be really don't mind paying you more when you explain it the right way.
Yeah. So, and here's the other thing too, like when people list their home for sale by owner and you call them, they say, yeah, if you bring a buyer, I'll pay you. So they're still paying the buyer's agent, right?
They don't want to pay the seller agent, right?
Yeah. So, and then I don't know if y'all remember, it was a complaint at one point in time that the listing agent wasn't paying the co-op agent a fair amount, what the sellers considered fair. So if I listed a home for, say, 8% or whatever that amount is, and I only gave the buyer's agent 1%, the seller felt like that would impact buyer agent's motivation to sell their home. So it would impact the seller of their home. So it's like, okay, the seller say, hey, I'm going to pay you this, but we expect you to give a buyer's agent this because it's going to impact the sale of my home. But then when you give the buyer's agent this, now the sellers are saying, we don't know why we should have paid the buyer's agent. So
right. But I agree. That's a true statement, though. That does impact that. Even though it's not supposed to, that definitely impacts the buyer's agent's willingness to try to sell your home.
Right.
The seller.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. It's appealed, so we'll see where that one go. And then the new one with the one in Illinois with the buyers commission and the buyer fee. So we're gonna see what happens with that. So we're gonna do a show about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Our next Tasari recording. So y'all stay tuned.
Look, it's so funny. Before we get going completely, we gotta take a look back at the Burr episode. So I didn't get a chance to watch it, but somebody was saying that they watched that episode. They was like, man, y'all was passionate on that episode. And I remember after the record, I'm like, we argued the whole entire episode. So now I gotta go back and look at it so I can see what you saw. Everybody else should go too.
We argued or just Shaka?
No, we all argued about that one the whole entire time. I remember that. I haven't watched it, but I just remember the recording, and I remember thinking like, dang, this episode went nowhere.
Oh, that's funny.
But I think that even with whatever the passionate talk was about the Burr, they must have still got something out of it because they remembered the episode and said that he was like binge watching them from there.
Oh, cool.
That's a wholesaler. That was a wholesaler saying that too.
Yeah.
Actually, all right, so one of his deals on there.
All right, so the first one we got is what's this 748 Beverly in Pontiac? I'm gonna let everybody see that. This one is on auction.com, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 900 square feet. And Janita's gonna pull the comps, but in the meantime, they don't have a lot of pictures because it's occupied. And this one is on the auction site. This one is actually a share sale auction. We're going to break down a show on it. On one of our shows, we're going to do a breakdown of the share sale process. But basically, just so that y'all know, y'all can go to the county and bid on these properties. But you're basically bidding cash, and your money has to sit there during a redemption period. But your money doesn't sit there for free. You actually earn money on it. I know Wayne County, the per diem is like $30 a day. And there are some other things that you can charge as well. So we'll break that down on the show. Here. Also, homeowners need to know too that just because it's in sheriff sale don't mean you know it's over with. You still have time to
still got Reg, try I see our comments, but I don't know if everybody, I don't see no other comments.
All right, yeah, nobody else comments is coming through. I'll check it in 1 second in our settings. All right, Janita, you gonna pull the comps up for this one?
Yeah, so what up, Emmett? So I did look at the public record first because I wanted to see who the current owner is or who appears to be and when they purchased it. And sometimes it just shows a little bit of maybe like what happened and where they are.
So I had somebody ask me that. Matter of fact, yesterday I had somebody ask me why you do that. Reg, you do that too, but you do that as well?
Yeah.
And they asked me, go ahead.
I just feel like it gives me a little bit of insight. I can see a lot about the property. I can see what the public record says the square footage is. Sometimes it lists the bathrooms. It talks about how much the taxes are. It just gives me a snapshot at a glance.
I'm gonna tell you, well, in this situation, if a property is going, like this one is scheduled for share sale November 28th, right? So I'm looking for 2 reasons. And if any of my wholesalers listening out here, right, and they probably already got the data. One, I'm looking to see if the property is listed on the MLS because the current owner still has the right to sell the property as long as that balance is paid off, right? Yeah. If it's not listed, then I'm going to try to contact the current owner directly and try to work a deal out with them. And this way I can get more accurate information on their balance and possibly get to see the inside of the property. Because with it being in a share sale, you're not going to be able to see the interior of this property before then, and technically you're not supposed to try to contact the occupant, right? Mm-hmm. But if I can get a hold of the occupant, well, you're not supposed to try to enter the property, but you can try to get a hold of the occupant, right?
Or the owner.
The owner. Yeah, the owner. I'm sorry.
But that was the first thing I did when you were like pulling it up. I checked the MLS record, wanted to see if it was available. And then the other thing that happens is sometimes it gives you, so it has the pictures from 3 years ago of how the property looked. So it could be very different, but we probably have more pictures now than what we started with.
What up, Darius? Darius said that Beverly Street is still hot. So that used to be my area, but I didn't. There's not a lot of. Well, I got to see which side of Beverly this is, because those normally are bungalows over there. But I guess they do have some ranches. But that used to be my spot in Pontiac.
Darius was on our show. He missed the Pontiac out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this happens, I mean, we don't know. Obviously, we don't know the current condition. But to me, like seeing the pictures, I get a little bit more excited. Like, dang, what if it's still in the same condition? The ranch looked like a little matchbox from the outside, but it doesn't have bad square footage. Looking at the interior pictures.
Emmett, this is 748 East Beverly. So break out your skip trace and have your VA go ahead and make some calls. Get your back leads and prop stream going. Yep. All right. So you're going to pull the comps on that. So far, it looks like the balance was about, on the website, it's saying the balance was about 78,000.
73.
Yeah. So that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean necessarily that's what you're going to have to bid, but that's another reason for reaching out to the owner direct, because you can negotiate a price and you can possibly do a short sale depending on what the situation is.
My bad, Reg.
All right.
So here's one this one has a basement though. So I could clear it and start with no basement and one-story properties.
Why don't you just go to ranches and keep the basements where it is?
How many comps you got in total right now that you're looking at?
It was a total of 6 before I took the ranches out. One was a bungalow at 160. I don't think for this, the bungalow and the ranch are going to be too different. This is within a quarter of a mile. And if I go back to here, I think they gave comps for it.
Emmett already said no deal. I want to know, Emmett, why you saying no deal? Because we don't have a price yet. Like, because it's at an auction. The price can be anywhere. It can be 40,000. It can be 30,000. We don't know because it's going to share sale. There's no list price on this one or asking price. Now, the other disadvantage too, and the advantage of actually talking to the seller direct, once you go to the auction, it might get bid, it may bid up to a price where it don't make sense. But if you can negotiate something with the current owner directly, you can actually probably get the price that you want.
I mean, I like it.
Well, let me see the pictures. I can't see the comps.
I only clicked on one. It's just this one.
I know. I mean, I ain't seen those pictures. So this one is 900. This is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Does the 748 have a garage?
Yes.
Okay. So this one has a 2-car detached garage. Can we see the photos? Emmett said if no deal at 74.
I mean, it just depends on how much work we would have to do to get it from the way, if it still looks like those past pictures from 3 years ago to this right here. And I don't feel like, I mean, we would have to be all in 75,000.
No, it'd be 101.
100,000. My bad.
101,000. Yeah.
But this has a nice basement.
Got finished basement. I don't know if I say nice.
Bruh.
Hey, so Emmett was saying no deal at 74. That just simply you mean you when you go to the auction, you set your max at maybe like 40 or 50.
So look, that's crazy. Look,
no basement.
Hold on, go back down. Let me see the rest of that. Make sure. Let me see how that sold. What was the financing on that one?
This was sold in September that she got. Conventional sale.
156.
No,
How long was it on the market?
Yeah, October.
How long was it on the market?
4 days.
Sheesh.
And they listed it for 135. Got 156.
And I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to like this deal a little bit because that house is not a fully remodeled house. It's it's well kept, but this is not that's not new stuff in there.
Emmett said
I went out a half of a mile and took the basements out.
Why are you taking the basements out?
Because I want to see what's sold without a basement.
I don't want to take the basements out. I want to see everything that's sold over there.
We just saw everything. We had the basement. So I just now took the basements out. So
not when you went to half a mile. So you went a half a mile, you took the basements out. Let's see what a half a mile. So at a quarter mile, we know it's at least 156. So I'm confident at the 156 appraised value all day, every day.
And this one
was have a basement. This when I took look. Here, why don't you run? Let me. You want me to shop?
Wait, hold on. Go back to that. Wait, hold on. Go back to that when you just pulled.
You said what?
I said I can stop sharing my screen so you can run the cops.
Why?
Because I looked at them with the basements, and then I went out a little further so that I could see how much properties are selling for without basements.
Yeah. When you went out further, did you look at the ones with basements as well?
No, because we went further away.
So
wait, hold on, y'all. Emmett said it's a deal, and he's definitely saying it's a deal. So
well, Emmett, you missing one thing, because Janita, you're a little bit more experienced, and so what you're doing so I understand why you're doing it, but the people that's on here may not understand. So you kind of like, to me, I feel like you're making it a little bit more difficult when we can look at everything that's sold over there that's ranch, and we can make the adjustment for the basement. So I want to see everything that's
so you said that inexperienced people know how to make adjustments.
No, well, they should be able to. Yeah, I think inexperienced people have. So I think almost everybody has, whether it's right or wrong, because none of us really know how to make an adjustment for a basement. You, Reggie, or me. You know what I'm saying? We're not appraisers. So, but we can guesstimate, right? Is what I'm saying. And
so you were talking about inexperienced people. So yeah. So for me, if we're going to be talking to people who may not have the same experience that we have, I want to see what is available. I want to see if when I take basements out, are we still in the same price point? That's very clear. So and that's what happened. So when I took the basement out, we were still in the same price point. But because you asked, I put the basements back in so we can just look at these ones that got the basement.
Thank you. So the one at 165, let's see what that one say. Emmett says jailbreak. Emmett, the one thing you didn't pay attention to though is that 156 did have a basement. This one does not have a basement. So it's not really, I feel we're about to see right now how we feel about the 156.
And one thing Emmett mentioned too, he said he see a sub 2 opportunity. Basically what he's talking to a subject to like a lease option opportunity. So that's another reason to try to reach out to the owner before going to the sheriff's sale, because if you can get in touch with the owner, some ways you can work out some different financing options too.
So this one right here is a little bit bigger and it has 2 bathrooms. This was on the market for 5 days. The houses not staying on the market, they selling.
That's what Darius was saying. It's hot over there.
Can we see these photos? So that's one of them ugly houses that you ain't gonna be able to pretty up too much because of the textured walls. Old cabinets, old countertops. Look at it. This is no updates. With the basement, 165, but about how many square foot was 748?
58.
It was like 900 square feet.
So that's about
900.
200
square feet more. With that
how much did this one sell for again?
165.
Oh yeah. The value there just depends on, like I said, what the highest bid is going to be at the auction.
Can I see the financing on that one?
So, yep, in September.
So what adjustment do y'all make for the basement? Not at the same time.
In this area, I'm gonna make about a $10,000 adjustment, but even the ones without basement still selling in the 160. So I would still make an adjustment about 10,000.
So Johnny, do you agree you're gonna make a $10,000 adjustment for the basement?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it, but again, right now, Emmett asked what's old. Right now, it's like 78,000. So with that being said, depending on the condition. So here's the thing: when the banks, when they foreclose, they usually only do like an exterior evaluation to determine how they're gonna handle the lien balance at sheriff sale. So like if someone bids 60,000 and the bank think it's only worth 60,000, they may not take the house back and just let it go for the highest bid at sheriff sale. But at sheriff sale, you have an opportunity to possibly buy the property for less than what's owed. But again, that's why I say reach out to the homeowner and see if you can work out a deal, either short sale or subject to or something. You may have a better opportunity of getting the property at a better price before the sheriff's sale date.
So I got a question. All right, we've seen enough, I think. So what do you see the ARV of this being?
150. Actually, more than that though. Probably more like 155 because the work is gonna be newer. But it just looks like you don't have to go in there and do a whole lot of things. So if that house is in good shape, I wouldn't go in there doing a whole lot based on the comps.
Reggie, what do you think?
Emmett want to know what year was the mortgage originated?
In 2020.
2020.
That's why he asking. He asking that because of them interest rates back then.
Yeah, because
he's thinking, Emmett, I see you.
So that's why he was mentioning the subject to and all that type of stuff, because there's some things you can do around that up front.
So let's explain that. I think this is a perfect situation to explain why that is important, especially with the year being 2020.
Well, because if you can get the property under like either lease with option or subject to, you basically getting it, and your whole basis is whatever their interest rate and their monthly payment is. So if they had like a 3 or 4% interest rate on a 78, what was the balance? 78,000 or something, whatever they brought it for, compared to if they had just brought that property this year, or even prior to that, when rates was 6 or 7%, you getting a better monthly payment. Now you get into this property, you may have to give the owner a few $1,000s versus going to the auction and bidding everything up. You can bring that mortgage current if you can, but you put yourself in the opportunity to take control of the property and then sell it. Now, since it's going to share sale, you probably won't have a chance to bring the mortgage payments current. They're probably going to want the full amount paid off prior to share sale, but you still have some negotiating power there that you won't have at the share sale.
Because it's not, hold on, when does this go to share sale?
November 28th, I think it was.
We got a little bit of time, right? But so to put that in perspective, $78,000 mortgage. I'm gonna go conventional, 3% down.
No, yeah.
At 3% is $319.
So here's the elephant in the room, though, right? That nobody brought up. If the owners only owe 78,000 and we're seeing the comps is 150, why haven't they just sold the property yet?
Correct.
Because they ain't letting it go.
Yeah. Either they don't know or they got a tenant in there and they don't want to deal with it at all, and they letting it go because they don't want to deal with the tenant or the property condition. The property condition is just terrible, and they don't feel it's perfect.
They probably live in the house, and a lot of these people, they are emotional about it, and they be willing to just walk away from it before they do anything else. That's also,
we see that a lot of times. Like,
but they have an FHA mortgage on that house, and the mortgages are assumable.
So 78,000 at 7.75% right now, which I probably should have put 8, but I'm saying 7.75, 542. So 542 minus 319.
I think we dropped too many gems on this episode about share sales already, especially with Emmett commenting too. So, but
he
if
said,
y'all
forget it.
Yeah, if y'all didn't learn nothing from that, then y'all, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. All right. So is this a deal or no deal for y'all?
Deal.
Yeah, it's I think it's a deal, but again, it depends on what price you get it for at the sheriff's sale.
So at the full amount, so at the full $77,000 or $78,000, is it a deal?
Yeah, if you can be all in between purchase and renovation costs, like right at 100 or under, then I think it's a good deal.
Agreed. I agree. I think that it's definitely a deal. Would I buy it? I don't know, but it's definitely a deal. What about you, Johnny?
Yes, a deal.
All right, let's check out the next one.
All right, cool. Especially if we can do a subject to or something like that on it, like Emmett said.
100% deal at that. Because if you can get in there with that interest rate without borrowing or without using your money or without borrowing at a higher interest rate right now, then I say that's a slam dunk.
Right.
I mean, if there's nobody in there, if there's no tenant but even if there was a tenant in there, you know what I mean? I still would consider it.
Yep. All right. All right. What's the next one we got? Janita, you said you had one?
No, two.
All right. We had one in Ferndale. Who sent this over?
I sent
10641.
I ain't sent that. I sent one in Taylor and one in did I send Ferndale?
All right, let's see what we got here.
Oh yeah, it was Ferndale. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
These photos not showing up on my end. You might have to share it, but I can share the details on it, and then you can bring your photos up.
I don't got photo. I mean, if it ain't showing up on yours, it ain't gonna show up on mine. Let me go to the next.
We can still run. We can still just take a quick look at it because I like the area. I don't know so much if I'm liking the price as much, but let's see what we got here. So this is this Ferndale or Royal Oak Township?
That's Royal Oak Township.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Ferndale address.
And that's over there. It's like a little cul-de-sac, but it's kind of industrial too. But them houses over there selling for about 200.
Yeah, but here's what we need to make sure all our wholesalers know, because we have a lot of wholesalers that's out of state that's wholesaling here, and even our local wholesalers and investors. Some areas we have share zip codes, but they're different cities. Like there's an area of Detroit that shares a zip code with Highland Park. Ferndale, Royal Oak Township has the same zip code, but it's two different markets. Even though Royal Oak Township is getting some of the spillover from Ferndale and Oak Park, it's still a different market. Right? The difference between this house being in Royal Oak Township and Ferndale can be 40,000, 50,000 or more.
All day long.
Right? So your comps will be way off. And as an investor, if you go in this blindly thinking, oh, I got a property that's worth 300,000 and it's really only worth 220, you messed up to start with. So we gonna
even more than the value, though, even more than the values is the stigma on Royal Oak Township as opposed to Ferndale. Like people, if they like people from here anyway, they'd be like, that's Royal Oak Township. No, I'm straight. You know what I mean? As to Ferndale, they want to be in Ferndale.
Right.
People would take literally Detroit over this Royal Oak Township.
No, I don't know. I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, but no. So remember, we just had a flip over there. That thing was like, that's why I'm scared of that area right there. People was not feeling it, and that was a really nice flip. Nice house with all the amenities. Like a quarter of a mile from Ferndale. Ferndale school.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk.
All blocks up along 8 Mile. Detroiters, they don't be on that.
Exactly. But listen though, there is a market though for the area because the prices started coming up. Like they didn't these homes, you wasn't getting over 100,000 retail for these properties a few years back. So all the spillover again from Ferndale and Oak Park started spilling over, and Royal Oak Township only so big. It's only a couple miles big. So about 4 square miles or something like that. If that, but it's not Ferndale and it's not Oak Park. Completely different market, completely different city services and everything. But it is up and coming. In other words,
this area right here is more closer to Oak Park, just because like where it's located and how close you get. Like you can cut through the 9 Mile.
Right.
The people that's getting these houses over here, they want that school district more than likely, or they want that they're the people that's not. So I'm a West Side Detroiter, and I'm probably gonna just stay on the West Side. I don't care much about having Ferndale schools. But you got the people who are coming from Ferndale who like historically live out there, but they don't want to pay the price, or they want like a little bit more square footage for less money. And they can see what you're saying, like how it's coming up. So they like, if we get it right now, we kind of don't get it before it gets too high.
Well, we haven't seen that. So y'all saying that, but on our flip, that was a nice ass flip. I didn't see none of what y'all talking about. Like people were not hearing that. They did not want that
area. So that area that you're talking about, Parkside, is not the same area as Oak Drive. Oak Drive is further in. It's gonna get you closer through to Oak Park, and it's a all brick ranch like sub or cul-de-sac. Like you don't have like all of the same riffraff.
Yeah, I hear y'all. I don't agree. We just got done talking about it's a quarter mile. You talking about a different area where the city ain't even a quarter mile wide. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but yeah, listen, did y'all flip sale?
Yeah, we had one. Yes, it did.
Okay.
It took a minute.
You want to see where these little ranches over here, they selling too. And it's because of like when you go over there, it's a nice bright look. Like it's not the same area. Detroit is block by block.
All right, let's
kind of understand that.
Hold on, let's do this. Here's the Oak Drive Street, right?
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying?
You got to treat it like you do Detroit. It's neighborhood by neighborhood. Even though the city only so big, just like you do in Highland Park. Highland Park only so big, but it's certain blocks over there. Y'all wouldn't have got for y'all if y'all was on McLean on the last flip, right? Y'all wouldn't have got that money if y'all was on Cortland. I guarantee it.
Agree.
So
yes.
It's the same thing here.
Or even further down on McLean.
Right.
I hear what you're saying. But here,
this is very different from.
Well, let's see. Well, we about to see. Let's pull up the comps. The proof gonna be in the pudding. We should be able, everything we saying, we'll be able to prove with the numbers.
All right, so pull up the comps, Johnita. We at 10641 Oak Drive, Royal Oak Township, and we got this one is 3 bedrooms, hold on, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, just over 1,000 square feet, actually 1,076 square feet, 2-car detached garage.
Hold on. All right.
What was the Parkside address, Shaka? You remember?
21341. But it's not a comp to that. It was way bigger than this. And
oh no, I'm just pulling it up so people can see the the block.
All right, it was in a quarter of a mile. You got 4 souls in the last 6 months.
We can't see your screen.
Oh
yeah, I'm gonna add it. I just wanted to share this real quick too, real quick.
Oh, you want to show it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture's not coming up on my phone either, Red. I think something wrong with their
Yeah. So this was the Parkside property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now comparing this block to the other block that
Google that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. They updated the shit out of when was that? Oh, October 2022. Okay.
Yeah, they updated. So this block got a lot of vacant lots. The housing style is different, but it's same.
8 Mile.
Yeah. So
that's 8 Mile in Wyoming. So it's Norfolk too, but it's still closer to it's still closer to 9 and Coolidge too. Like it's different.
Yeah, it's a different. And the property on the subject property we comping, there's just a little section in Royal Oak Township where the homes look like this, and that's one of the more desirable sections, right? Even though the city is not that big, that's just how the market works over there.
Let's see these city solds.
All right.
All right. Can y'all see my screen now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
God damn, 210. I want to see that 210. I don't care about that 260. That one don't count.
Yeah.
And that's right up the street.
No, this is right. Yeah, right. It's right there together. They're on the same couple doors away.
Yep. KW Metro in the
136.5. Who was that?
Scott, right?
Oh, okay.
And this house, he got this virtually staged. This furniture wasn't in there.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you know they're gonna start making you disclose when the property is like virtually staged or something like that. The
appliances was in there. Oh. But that's how the house was. This is how it was. He showed it.
All right.
This looks like a really nice rehab. I wish I could step on them floors.
It wasn't.
It wasn't?
It was okay. These pictures have a whitewash. So I showed this house. I was in there for a little bit of time. It was okay. It was clean. But these are luxury vinyl plank floors, and they were okay. They didn't have no, everything was level in there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't like these mirrors, but it was a clean house altogether. It was the neighborhood was nice.
Don't people know you can take the mirrors down? Like,
right. I don't want to buy the house because the mirrors.
Yeah, I want to buy the house because there's mirrors on the wall. Like, it ain't Halloween. Just take the mirrors down.
Yeah, people silly.
Yeah.
He ain't had doors up?
Nope. And that was another thing that people were saying about this one in particular. Some of the things they were just wondering, like, okay, well, y'all came in here and did some stuff, but you didn't do other things. So, but it's still sold for
small basement. Damn.
Yeah. And what this will sell for again?
210.
210. Hey, do me a favor. Go to the one for 260. I just want to see something.
Concession. Okay.
That's right across the street. So this one is across the street from the house we just looked at.
That's Ferndale though. So that's
this still.
No, this is saying it's literally.
That's not Ferndale.
When you come up, I'm gonna have you look at the PID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this house is literally. You stand on one porch and you see it's right across the street. You walk across the street and you right in this house.
Gotcha.
So this is why I tell people you gotta look at the legal description, right?
And this flip was really nice.
It's got 1,600 square feet.
They did a good job on the work in here was better.
Yeah, you can see. Floors was good. Them LVP flooring throughout.
No, it's ceramic. So the kitchen is ceramic, and then is LVP in the other areas.
And this one was larger though, right? By about 600 square feet. Yeah. So that somewhat explained that difference in price.
That's a big jump.
Yeah, 50,000. But we know it's a market over there though, right?
Mm-hmm. So, well, to go in Ferndale or Oak Park right now for this, you're gonna be at 3. So they probably was like, shoot.
Right. Hey, do me a favor. Go back to that last house and pull up the PRD. I just want to show people something. So we know that this
right here. Right.
Yeah, go to the PRD for it.
Y'all see, it's only 2 bedrooms.
Oh, that makes
2 bedrooms.
2.
Damn, the one that sold for 210.
Yeah.
I want to see the rest of the souls over there.
For some reason, it's not letting me go straight to the PRD. I'm gonna have to go in all the way.
Yeah, and it's so conventional. What was the other count right under that though? I want to see that. The
Scotia.
One, yeah, Scotia is actually Oak Park.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the Royal Oak Township part.
Yeah, that's how much. This is like that side. So Scotia Lane runs right through here.
Right.
Damn, this ain't even updated.
Now, how much? How much this one sell for?
120.
Oh, this must have been like an asset sale. Somebody a flip.
Oh, Team Peterson Jackson sold somebody. Oh, they was the buyer's agent. Okay.
Cool.
This is a no deal for me. So I see the solds, the 2 solds, but it's. I want to look. I want to see what's active on this market, and to see if anything is pending. But this
see what's active and pending over there, and I could tell you because they're asking 114.9. I like it. I like it right about 90,000. Then I like it better without seeing the photos.
I like that mug at like 60,000, 60, 70, unless
one in the last 6 months. Wait, nope, I don't have nothing. I mean, it's only one active over there right now.
Yeah, I just don't like the area. So for me, it's a no deal, strictly based on my experience with that area. It's a no deal for me.
What's the one that's any pending over there, or backup offers or contingents, or coming soon?
No. So I think it's not high turnover over here either.
Exactly. Hey, so go to the PRD for that other flip that we was using as a comp, the 210.
Oh, what was that? 10731?
I think that was it. Before we wrap up, I just want to show people some of the other stuff we'd be looking at on the back end.
10732.
That's not the right house. Is that the right house?
Yeah, he said the 10732.
Yeah, that's the subject. The one that's
10732.
So they brought this in 22 for 115. Then they flipped it for 210.
Oh, okay.
No, this is not the right one. Hold on.
I don't think.
All right.
I thought it was 10371.
My bad. Let me.
No, that's the one that sold for 260. Damn.
Let me just go all the way back.
Just go to your recent searches over in the right corner.
I don't know how to do that.
Where at, Reggie? At the top right?
Up in the top right corner, it say recent searches.
So we was at 210, 2731, 10731.
I thought it was north. That's not the right one either, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's not. It's oh, okay, yes it is.
Yeah, scroll down. Let me see
That's
something.
it right there.
So yeah, they brought that in 2018. It was a mortgage on it for 85. So it's safe to say that
this is the house right here. This one, 2 bedrooms.
All right. Scroll down and look at the sale and mortgage data. All right, so they got a mortgage on it at 18 for. They probably did like a hard money. No, yeah, they had two loans on it at 18 for 85 and 75. So they probably did some type of
this
hard
like
money loan.
Title issue. This look like a But
no, really.
Look, with that quick claim deed right there where it's at, and who is going to, like, that person, we don't even see that person on title. So how are they quit claiming it to Little Princess Properties?
It closed with a warranty deed, so I don't know what, or it might have been, but Little Princess Property acquired it, but
it's a title issue here. I mean, I'm sure they closed it, but I'm sure that they had to go through some stuff. How long was it on the market?
24 days. I don't think it was. It don't look like it was no breaking the chain of title. Then all of them got this mortgage stock.
100%.
You only see the one quick claim deed. That could have just been like
that person that quit claimed the property in 2018 is nowhere on anything in
it. Could have been somebody. It could have been somebody that had an interest in it at some point in time, and just that's probably why the price is not there. They were just assigning their interest over.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were on title or had some type of ownership rights, they probably just quit claim their name off of it to the company. Yeah, but either way, it looks they made money on it. They sold it for $210. The mortgages on it at 18 was 75 and 85. So yeah, I just wanted to see that. But yeah, I like it, but I like it closer to about 90,000, depending on how much work needs to be in it. Without seeing the photos would determine how much less I would be willing to offer. But I like it all in at 90, maybe 95.
Johnny?
How much are they asking for this?
This one was 114.9.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to see the inside because there's not much room. It's like $130,000 in there from what I'm seeing.
Right.
So unless it's really clean and we can go in there and get it done for $15,000, I don't see it.
Yeah, that's why I say I like it closer to about 90,000. If you put 30 into it, you 120 all in. Now it makes sense if they sell them for 200 or better.
Yeah, I like 100,000 is probably my max.
All in, you talking about not the purchase? Talking about the purchase price or all in?
No, all in about 130.
Yeah,
so you're saying purchase price 100,000, and it's a deal.
That's my max, depending on what it looks like on the inside.
And Reggie, you saying 100,000 all in?
No, 120 all in.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So that's all the ones for today. So we gonna see y'all in a couple weeks on Deal or No Deal. Go check out so we had Darius commented earlier. We had him on the show. Go check out that episode. You can follow him on IG and all that good stuff. Emmett is a wholesaler in the area. Y'all see him in the chat. Go check him out. Y'all can follow him on Instagram and Facebook because he brings deals to the table too that we evaluate. And that's a wrap, right, Johnny?
That's correct.
All right.